YouTube. I'm not sure if you can hear what I'm saying. It's very windy out here. And what we're doing today is I'm just draining the fuel out of the petrol lawn mowers, ready for next year. Now the thing is, a lot of people throw out their lawn mowers, and this is probably why these mowers were thrown out in the first place, is because they left the fuel in them over the winter. And what that does is the fuel goes off and goes out of date, and then they give it a few pulls the next summer when they want to cut their lawn. The mower won't start because the petrol's dead, and then they just chuck it out. It's the 28th of October, it's a Saturday. We're going to drain the fuel out of this Sovereign, well, it's a Husqvarna Sovereign mower. It's from 2007, as you probably know. All you need is a bottle to put the fuel in. This is it's a G. I don't know what drink this is. I think it's Gatorade. Cool Blue. Yeah, it is. It's a Gatorade drink. And you're going to want some fuel for siphoning it out. So all you really need is a pipe for siphoning it out and the bottle to put the fuel in. Now what you need to do, and obviously ideally prop the mower up at the front so all the fuel runs at the back here nearest to the fueler cap. And what you do is you put one end of this pipe into the fuel, you suck on it, and it pulls the fuel up, pull it up most of the way, probably 3/4 of the way up this pipe, and then just stop sucking and put the pipe into the bottle while still holding that in there. I won't be able to film it, I've not got my tripod with me today. And gravity just pulls the fuel from here into this bottle. So obviously I'll have the bottle down here, and as I said, one end of being the fuel and one end of be going into the bottle, and you just suck it most. Now don't suck it all the way up until it goes into your mouth, because I really don't advise drinking petrol. I've never done it before, but I can imagine it would probably kill you if you drank too much of it. So don't drink it. As I said, just suck it probably 3/4 of the way up, and then gravity will put it into the bottle, and gravity will feed it into this bottle. And then I'll just store the petrol in this bottle, because the mowers have holes in the fueler cap for air. So as the carburetor sucks fuel in for the mower, it gets replaced by air. Some people just put a regular cap on there and it seals it up, and then sometimes the mowers don't run. But because this will be sealed in the bottle, it might be okay for next time. I'll probably just mix it in with fresh petrol as we go. So we're just draining the fuel out. This has a bit of fuel in, and I've not checked the coil cast to see how much fuel that's actually got in it. I haven't looked. I uncovered them. I put the recoil back all the way in the thing. Yeah, that's got fuel in it as well that needs to come out. So yeah, if you do have a petrol mower and you're watching this, and you would have normally just put it away with the petrol in it, do not. Because that is probably why your mower doesn't start next summer, because the fuel's dead. And a lot of people don't realise that, and they just chuck the mower out. So I'm going to pause it. I'm going to drain the fuel out of this one first. The weather's not, it's okay, it's better than what it has been, it's just a little bit windy. And where we live is right in the firing line of the wind, like all the wind comes straight through and blows across there. There used to be a shed there a couple of years ago before this garage was built. Well, we demolished it when we built the garage, and the felt got ripped off of that on more than one occasion. So yeah, that's right in the firing line of the wind there, which is why, if you look at the tree, on the tree there's no leaves in this part because it's permanently getting battered by the wind. And the same goes for the red robin there. There's quite an open patch there that's not really got much in because it's being battered by the wind constantly. This has been blown over a few times, not recently, like when we have the storms and that. But anyway, let me stop yabbling on and just drain the fuel out of these ready for winter. Alright YouTube, that's done. Now, just to give you a tip, the petrol tank doesn't have to be bone dry. I've drained, well, there's obviously, it's still wet in there, but petrol, as you know, evaporates, and just with those little hair holes, that little bit of wet, it's a little bit wet in there with petrol, obviously, but by next summer that would have probably evaporated, and don't worry if it hasn't. We've drained, I can't really show you, but that much fuel out of it. You can see isn't totally an accurate measurement, but up to there. The quell cast will probably bring us up to about here. But because this petrol's in a sealed bottle, if you mix this in with fresh petrol, so if you put this much old petrol and most of it new, even if it were a little bit old, it probably would run on it. I mean, these lawnmowers obviously aren't like a car with all these high-tech fuel consumption crap, so we're just going to put the petrol drained out of that one. This mower's now done and ready for winter. Unfortunately, the pull cord doesn't wind the rope all the way in, so fingers crossed Mickey Mouse doesn't come and chew it up if the mouse gets in the shed. I'd be quite annoyed if it got chewed up, because obviously that would mean a new pull cord, and I don't have one that fits this mower. So this mower's now ready for winter. This fuel I'll probably just keep in the bottle, like this. And now I'm going to go and do, you don't need to watch me do the other one, but I'm just going to go and do exactly the same procedure to the quell cast. And I'll see you after that. Obviously I'm going to get the quell cast out first. I was going to swap them round, but the quell cast actually fits quite well there, so I'm just going to leave it here and keep the Sovereign one here. As I said, we did get rid of the mount field. I think I told you that in a previous video, which is why the Sovereign's been moved from here into the shed for winter. Obviously, throughout the summer months, when the shed's going to be, where there's going to be a lot more people in and out the shed getting stuff, and it's going to be more in the way, and during the summer, the Sovereign probably can just sit here under a cover. But through, considering in England we get very bad winters, we're keeping it in the shed. I mean, it could benefit from a repaint. There's paint flaked off there. It's not very stuck to it most of the way around here. That's where the self-propelled cable went through. That I don't know what it's for. But if you was to remove this cap, you could actually put a hose pipe in there and wash it round underneath. You know, like you get on some of those newer models. There's some paint come off along the front here. A lot round here, and you know, I've seen some of these mowers on eBay, like the identical same mowers of this, and some of them ain't got hardly any paint left on them. So obviously this particular Sovereign mower, this model, they didn't do very good paint jobs on them. This is only from 2007, as you can see there, year 2007, and it's quite rusty for 2007, but it's not rotten, it's just a surface rust. So it could benefit from a bit of a paint up. If I have any red paint next summer, I might do it. The self-propelled doesn't work, but you know, you don't need that, that just makes you lazy. So I'm just going to get the quell cast out of the shed and remove some of its stuff that's already been put on top of it. We're going to do the same procedure, drain all the fuel out of it, then just put them away. And wherever I left this fuel, I left it here, look, with the mower. And this fuel, I will just mix it in with fresh petrol next year. So we'll do that. We'll save that fuel and mix it in with fresh petrol. So it's a mixture of both. And as I said, these lawnmowers can run on several stuff. So we'll just do that. Okay, we've done all of the fuels drained out of the quell cast as well. How I got it to run to the back of the tank is I didn't use that and scratch the paintwork. Sovereign paintwork's already mostly, well, in fact there's no red paint underneath the lawnmower. It's already all rusted off. The quell cast still has paint a lot as good as this practically underneath. So obviously it wasn't used on a stony garden. Probably won't last under here, but from both lawnmowers, I'm going to put it on something relatively level, if I can find something. We'll just use, that's not entirely correct, but you know. This is a Gatorade bottle, and some of you know how big Gatorade bottles are. We filled it up to there, so almost halfway. And this petrol, because it's in a sealed container, I could put it back in the mowers next year, although I wouldn't recommend it. I'd put fresh petrol in. Me personally, I will probably put a bit of fresh petrol in and mix that in with it. If you're not entirely sure on about that, then you're just watching this because you wanted to know how to put your petrol mower away for winter, just recycle that fuel or something. Or if you've only just took it out and you've got a petrol car, just chuck it in your car or something. Do something like that with it. Me personally, I shall mix this petrol with fresh petrol and run it on that. But as I said, you don't want to be leaving petrol in it for over winter. So when you prime it and give it a few pulls, it's not going to start. Me saying I'm going to mix that in's probably confused people, so just pretend I never mentioned mixing it in. Next year, just put fresh petrol in your tank and start off. But if you own a petrol mower, you do need to drain. Well, you do need to drain the gas out of it. When I say gas, I mean fuel. You you can start it up and run it, and just run it until it conks out and do stuff like that. But you do, yes, need to get the fuel out of them, like I have done. So both of these mowers are going to be put away again. Now the 2 grass boxes up there. That grass box is for the Sovereign, this one's for the Quellcast, very large grass boxes. That is a ramp that I use for getting the mowers on and off of the lip of the shed. That's what used to hold the ramp up slightly higher, because this is not very tall compared to that big step. So this sort of goes, that goes under it like that to make it higher. And that, I mostly use that brush for brushing them off, and those 2 are just in there by coincidence, but they could be used for brushing it off. They're just the tools I use to keep the mowers clean. So both of them will be put away now. As you know, this engine's got an oil leak. I probably won't even get round to connecting up the fuel tank, because, as you know, I was doing this as a little project, but I probably won't even get round to getting the fuel tank up connected. This will probably get started. I'd like to do it, but you know, just lately the weather's has all of a sudden got cold, windy, and that for the past few days. So the chances are this probably won't be finished, or probably won't ever get the fuel system sorted till next summer. Although I said I was going to do it as like a project, and I've done all I've got to do is sort out the fuel for it and the stuff like that. Just the fuel system really is all I've got to sort out. And I've got to make a stand to bolt it to, ready to start it up. It probably won't get done till next summer, so this will probably be a next summer project. And next summer I'm not talking about now, I might do the mini moto as well. And I also might do something with that leaf blower slash vacuum cleaner that I've got under there. I don't know if you can see it, that silver label. They've got a leaf blower thing under there. It's a petrol one, 2-stroke. Might do something with that. Probably not. I'd probably do the mini moto next summer. Next summer we've got the mini moto, that engine to finish off, and hopefully next summer my dad can do something to the dirt bike or the Mustang. Hopefully, but that probably won't happen, because most of the projects my dad gets never get done. He gets a project, does one thing to it, then just abandons it. That's the way my dad seems to work. I don't think he's ever set a project and completed it. He never had a project like a car or something and finished it. He's never brought a car project, a bike project, or anything like that and actually completed it. He never finishes a job. I do normally. I haven't done the mini moto this year, I admit. I got all 3 of these lawnmowers running, and I've done some of this, but this is now abandoned due to the weather. So I'll probably finish that next summer and do the mini moto next summer, and hopefully I can get hold of some more projects. So that's the end of this video. I'm just going to probably put the mowers away now, and I'll just put them away first and show you how they put them. Okay, so the Quellcast's in here. Like that. I've also lowered it down to the lowest setting. It sits there with the grass box, and the Quellcast goes here. In here, that was when I took the wheels off of the trailer up there. I don't know if you noticed, but the wheels on that trailer up there, don't know if you can just see, are painted yellow. I took them off, painted them yellow. This was here to keep the wheel nuts. There's a brand new light. There's some fire alarms. In that bag, some springs, a bit of wood, I don't know what that's doing. And then the red stuff's, I picked it up as fuel pipe, and this is some proper fuel pipe that I've just used. Put that away. And that's all that goes in there. And then obviously this sits back up here, like so. And then this stuff was all in front of it as well, but we'll leave it there for now. This was here for the engine. Some of this stuff can be picked up, to be honest. That's a wheel clamp that we got. I don't know why we got it. I think we got it to stop people stealing our cars. I don't know where we got it from, actually. Yeah, I'm not sure where we got the wheel clamp from, but now we're just going to, I think we brought it. But now we're just going to put that mower away. Okay, both of the mowers are put in there, like so. I'm not quite sure I'm going to put the grass boxes and everything yet. I'm just going to sort of put this over the top of it, keep the dust and crap off. Why not? It's not doing anything. It's better than having it screwed up in there. It might as well serve a purpose. So I'm going to put that over the mowers and then sort of figure it out as I go. And once I'm totally finished and ready to go indoors, I'll show you again then. Alright, that's that. I'm done for today. I've put that car up there, wheels there, put the trolley and bucket here. This engine's kind of stuck in everyone's way, but you know, that's how we do things around here. That, as I said, is probably not going to get touched now till next summer, or if we get a nice day. If we get a nice day and I'm not doing anything, I might fix it. Otherwise, that's going to be abandoned till next summer. As you know, the oil, it started dripping oil, though just lately I haven't noticed that pot of oil's got any more oil in it, so it might have stopped leaking. Because the first day I put oil in it, it didn't leak. The second day, when I actually filled it up to the correct level, is the day it started leaking. It's been leaking for it was leaking for a day, possibly even a week. I don't really know. And just lately, I haven't noticed that there's been any more oil in that bowl underneath. So I think it's stopped leaking on its own. So whether it's just coincidental, I put oil in, it weren't leaking, then it developed a leak and it's cured itself. But hopefully, if I do, hopefully I'll get it running at least next summer, and hopefully it'll sort itself out and cure. Hopefully it'll stay sealed and stop leaking, and continue to not leak until next summer, because obviously otherwise the pot will overfill and I'll forget about it, and then there'll be all oil everywhere in the shed, and that'd be quite a big mess to clear up. So this is probably, as I said, abandoned until next summer, and hopefully next summer we'll also get the mini moto done. Now, as you can see, I'm going to leave it at that there, packed away good enough. So that's the end of this video, purely based on how to drain the petrol, not how to drain the petrol out your mower. Well, it is how to drain the petrol out your mower, I beg your pardon. And so yeah, that's that really. These are now ready, winterised, if you like, ready for next summer, when the grass will start growing again. I'm not saying this grass won't get cut until next summer. We'll probably just use the battery mower. But these lawn mowers will not be used now until next summer. And who knows, I might do some like starting videos on that. But that's it for this video. Comment, like and subscribe. If you want to see if there's any videos you ever want me to film or want me to start doing different stuff, just let me know in the comments, you know that anyway. But thank you for watching, and bye bye.